this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a fabulous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. So who have we here? Tyler Perry, actor, producer, film creator, writer, you name it. If it has to do with television, stage, or movie producing, Tyler Perry is it. Beside him is his friend, Bishop T.D. Jakes, who many call America's pastor. Bishop Jakes is also involved in television production, films, and other forms of entertainment. These are two very prominent, wealthy, well-known Black American men. And they are now in the headlines being accused of what many would call degenerate behavior. One of them has not been called by name by his accuser, but he has left so many contextual clues that many people have drawn the conclusion that it's Tyler Perry. Also, people have been throwing his name around on social media platforms. So what I say is, it's time for you to speak up. As we are well aware, neither one of these men has a problem speaking his mind. Now, let me just refresh your memory.
This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now, because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away.
So here he is in a Sunday sermon at the Potter's house, being an authority on what's wrong with Black women. He said that Black women are being raised to be men, that we're mean, nasty, and any number of other things. He did that from the pulpit, and he didn't have a problem being, as far as I'm concerned, hostile, judgmental, but very outspoken about what's wrong with women. Same thing with his friend. Listen to this.
For the most part, Black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man and is good to you, and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no, I need somebody who is, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have, well, you keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens.
Now, I really had a problem with Tyler Perry advancing the notion that a Black woman who is working and paying all of the bills should accept a man who couldn't pay anything but the light bill. I really had a problem with that, because I believe that does damage to Black men, for them to think that it is okay for them to nest in a home with a woman who's paying all of the bills And if he can scrape up the light bill, that's fine. Because there are men, see, there are a lot of black men would see through that. But there are men who would actually think that it is okay. If you can't pay anything but the light bill, you do not need to be in a relationship. You need to get to a place where you can be independent and take care of yourself, just like everybody else. And even if he was just using that as a metaphor, as a figure of speech of a possibility of a relationship, that's still an imbalance. So it wasn't a good metaphor. So that was a problem that I had with that discussion. But the biggest problem that I had with him ending it by mocking black women for wanting what they want out of a relationship. Because if you're going to compromise with a man, or if you're going to come to an agreement with a man, that's between you and that man. That's not for somebody else to tell you or the man what you should settle for, especially coming from a man that's a billionaire and is not in a relationship that anybody knows anything about. So I had a problem with that. But the point I'm making in this video is that he did not have a problem making a determination about what a black woman should accept and then mocking a black woman because she wouldn't accept that. See, I had a real problem with that. But again, he didn't have a problem saying what he thought about black women, again, being judgmental about black women. Didn't have a problem at all speaking on black women's problems, issues, and business. So both of these characters have well-defined beliefs about black women. They have a belief about how black women are being raised as men. Black women are mean. Black women flaunt their financial status over black men and are not good wives at home because you have degrees and you have jobs making more money than black men. And then in the case of Tyler Perry, well, you just ought to settle because they know what black women should do. They know what black women should do. They know everything to do with black women. Tyler Perry has even built his billion-dollar career around caricaturing black women. So with all of this knowledge about black women, I think it's fair to say that if these two men were black women, they would know what to do. There is a saying that goes, you need to know when to speak up and you need to know when to shut up. So now for these two men, it's time to speak up. This young man is an actor named Christian Keys, and he has come out with some serious allegations of assault and other things against a prominent black billionaire in the film and movie industry. Based on the description of the man that he has named a black billionaire in the movie and film industry, many people have drawn the conclusion and have called out the name Tyler Perry. He named two, but I think the other one is kind of fluid at this point. I don't think people have really nailed down the other one, even though another name has been mentioned. But because that particular person doesn't meddle into black women's business, I'm going to leave him alone for the moment. And other people have come out and insinuated that Tyler Perry had done similar things to them. Now I say it's time for Tyler Perry to speak up. This directly concerns him. He doesn't have a problem acting like a black woman, being an authority on black women, telling black women what they should settle for, and mocking black women because in his mind they won't settle for what he thinks they should settle for. So that's black women's business. But when somebody comes out and points a finger at you and all but call your name, that's time for you to speak up because that's your business. That's your issue. So now you can be an authority. You are the best authority on you. So you need to come out and say, listen, I don't know what's wrong with this dude, but he's not talking about me. He hasn't issued a statement. He's just going to sit back and let it die down. But I think that the next time he comes out trying to say something about black women, until he clears this up, black women really need to call him out and tell him to stay out of black women's business. Sweep around your own front door. That's what the Williams brothers say. Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. Mind your own business. I'm going to put the link to that song so y'all can listen to that song. The Williams brothers said you got 6 months to mind your own business and 6 months to leave mine alone. Now, what was said about Tyler Perry was bad enough. But what's being said about this man is devastating if you believe in his ministry. Because he's been flouncing around here for years, preaching and calling himself teaching. And people have been flocking to that church. And he's just been an authority on everything and everybody's business. It is time for him to speak up, not issue a statement through a press agent or get on television with his holier than thou attitude talking about he's not going to address it at that sacred space. He talked about black women, none of which was in the Bible, but he didn't have a problem talking about black women from the pulpit. But now all of a sudden, when something directly affects him, he doesn't want to speak about it from the pulpit, but he's going to address it at the appropriate time. He needs to address it, not through a written statement. He needs to get up on that stage, just like he's been doing, and talk about what people have said about him, and he needs to be very convincing when he makes that statement. According to what's being reported, this woman, Cassie, who used to be in a relationship with P. Diddy, who is photographed with Bishop T.D. Jakes, according to reports, she has released information to the FBI about Bishop T.D. Jakes. And that information has been leaked to the public. Now this is very, very damaging to his reputation as a man, and definitely to his reputation of a pastor. And this needs to be addressed. It does not need to linger because it's not going to go away. This is not going to go away. More will come out before it goes away. So he might as well go ahead and address it now. And he needs to do it, not bringing his wife along for cover. He needs to do this on his own, stand on his own square, and talk to the public about these allegations because they are detrimental to anything that he's going to try to do going forward. Terrible things are being said about these two men. Terrible things. And as Christian Key said, if we knew, it would be heartbreaking. For some people, it would be heartbreaking if these allegations were true. For some of us, it would be disappointing, but maybe not altogether surprising. But my issue, and I will say this for the final time, my issue is that when it comes down to talking about black women, they don't have a problem speaking out. They don't have a problem saying what they think about black women and what they think black women ought to do, and just really disparaging black women in a backhanded kind of way. That's what they've been doing. But now, the spotlight is on them. Now is their time to speak. And we need to hear something besides crickets. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think about this video. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, and as always, have a great day.